If you're like me, you might be stressing a little bit. Parents know that this time of the year is really busy, especially as we're starting school during a pandemic, and all of our routines have been turned upside down a bit. So we have some help for you today, especially when we're talking about those after-school snacks. And of course, we need to fuel our kids for all of those activities that will be starting up once again. Today, easy to make, delicious and healthy recipes that you can make at home. Joining us today with some great snack options, Ashley Sorensen. Welcome back to the show.
Hey. Good to see you, Lisa.
Nice to see you. I haven't been able to visit with you for a while. Chris usually steals these interviews. But look at you. You got a whole kitchen full of helpers today as well. Who do you have with you?
So I got Carl here with me, and then Carly and Kendra. So preparing for back to school, they start next week. So here's a few different ideas that we've got for back to school snacks for everyone.
Okay, I love it. So we have two different recipes, but let's start with the first one. What are we making here? And as you tell us what we're going to make, also why you have everyone there, because that's a big part of this. You're getting kids involved, right? And big kids too.
Yep, that's right. So, something that like we feel good about eating, Carl and I, and that, giving the girls too, and something that they like as well. So healthy, good for us, and fun too. And our first recipe is we got trail mix. And so we are just using ingredients that we actually have at home. And so we're doing some dried fruit and then some nuts and seeds. So Kendra is going to put in, what do we got here? We've got raisins and dried blueberries. That's okay. We'll get them later. We got mixed nuts. So we get these like unsalted mixed nuts, and then pumpkin seeds. So again, this is like a mix and match, whatever you have at home, and peanuts. So now that one we can just mix together, and we're gonna save out a little. We actually have 3 recipes for you, Lisa. So we're gonna take out just a half a cup of this, and we're gonna save this. We got some popcorn balls coming up later. So we're using this one trail mix recipe to use in 3 different ways.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, now to this part of our trail mix, we've got Cheerios. So one of everyone's beloved cereals, right? We love Cheerios just plain. So now we're just gonna pour this in. Do you wanna pour that in there? Dump it in, and we'll mix that up together. And again, like, do Kix, do whatever kind of cereal you want. And then we're gonna save out a little bit of this. You wanna scoop out 2 cups. So we're gonna save out part of this mixture, and then we can just have that as one of our snacks for the week. Yeah. So just kind of scoop it in there. Yep. And we'll just put it in. That's good. And then one more big scoop. And then to this, our next one is a protein trail mix.
Okay, so kind of taking it up a notch. But before we even move into that, I'd like to ask the girls, I mean, those were all things that were there. Is there anything that they don't like in that trail mix, or something that they do like that you just didn't happen to have in the kitchen right now?
I like all of it.
You like all of it?
Yeah.
We do like craisins sometimes. How about you? Anything else that you'd like? Well, we do like chocolate chips too.
Oh, see, that's a good one too.
And we do have some of those coming up also.
Okay, I kind of put you guys on the spot, but that's always a nice option. Because I say you must like those things because they're all there. I feel like my girls might take the raisins out, but they would probably put craisins in there. So all great options as well. Okay, so now what are we doing with this?
So now, kind of like an adult version, but yet this is kid friendly too, I guess. We are adding to our trail mix that we have. We are adding peanut butter. So we make our own homemade peanut butter. So we just grind up peanuts in our Vitamix. We took peanut butter, some coconut oil, and honey. So like good healthy fats, a little bit of sugar, but natural sugar. And then I melted that in the microwave for like 30 seconds. And if you can kind of see, it's just very melty. And then Carl, isn't he glad that he's home today? He gets to help. We got a scoop of just plant-based protein powder, so if you want to mix that in there. So mix that in there. So we're going to kind of make like a glaze for our trail mix. And we're going to just mix that all together, and maybe takes a little bit, but then it's going to harden. We're going to stick it in the fridge for a couple hours, and it'll harden, and you can just, break it apart and now we've got, not only do we already have like our healthy trail mix as is, now we've made like a protein trail mix with some extra good nutrition for us.
And Ashley, can you expand on that too? I mean, that's adding a protein mix, which I know the adults love, but that also holds you over a little bit longer, right? Can you kind of explain that to people who might be like, well, why would I even want to add that in?
Right. Yeah. So the protein, and then these, you can go ahead and put it on top of there. And these, the fats from like the peanut butter and the coconut oil, it does really fill you up. So it stays with you. If you think about like having a bowl of oatmeal and like a scoop of peanut butter on top of that, like it really does tide you over. And just, there's protein in the fats. There you go. Sorry. You got this.
Good?
Yep.
Okay.
And then with our nuts, like it's a perfect combination of like the sweetness, the salty,
Savory.
and I suppose a little savory, but really it's so much nutrition packed right in there, like you said, that will stay with you. So, great in the morning or as an afternoon snack.
I love
So
that.
I think it'd be a great while you're at school, but then I could see you putting it on top of like a smoothie or on top of yogurt or something like that. So, and then I'll kind of show you in here if you can kind of see it a little bit, but and we're gonna need to let this be in the fridge to harden up a little bit. We might have to add a little more Cheerios actually.
Okay, it looks good though. Okay, well, hold on. We're going to take a quick break and then we're going to come back and make protein popcorn balls. Another great option. Stay with us.